Welcome to another video. Hope everyone's doing alright and that. My quest to become a better modeler continues. Over the next two videos I'm going to be having a go trying to put this thing together. An Aoshima Toyota Corolla. It's my first Aoshima car kit. I have built one other Aoshima kit which was Airwolf and it went together pretty well, so fingers crossed this one continues in that vein and that. It's a pretty rare car, this one. I tried to look up some information on it on the internet and I wasn't getting very far. I think there's only two left registered in Britain. Absolutely fantastic. But the kit comes as four choices. You've got these two old DX models here. I think that's the 70 and that's the 71. Then you've got the GTs, the 70 and the 71. Fantastic. The one I've picked is this one, the older one, the 70 model. Primarily just because it's got a tan interior. I fancy a go at something a bit brighter in that. I haven't got this exact colour, so the body colour is going to change. I'm not sure what to yet. This one's sort of leading the race. It's Tamiya X3, a royal blue colour, but it could change. That'll be in the next part of the video. And yeah, fantastic. So right, let's get it out, see what I'll be facing. I'm going to stick it on the table behind us so we can have a good look at it. We'll run through the instructions because they're a bit different than what I'm used to. And yeah, we'll start seeing this thing come together. Right, this is everything that come in the box and it all looks to be in pretty good condition. It was part of a job lot I got off Facebook. And I know second-hand models can be a bit hit and miss sometimes, but this one looks pretty fine. But we'll start in this corner and work our way around and see what we're going to be facing. But we've got the wheels kit in here. They look like straight axles, so I don't know if there's going to be any steering on this one. We'll wait and find out. Some chrome parts. I'm not a big fan of these chrome parts. I find them really hard to paint and really hard to glue. But I think they've given us some sandpaper, so I think we're going to have to sand off the glue points and that. Because this stuff is terrible for gluing, absolutely terrible. Well, I think we've got the inside of a bumper there. Got the glass parts. I'm not going to try any heroics on this one. They're getting the glass as it comes in the pack. I might try and put the rubbers on and that, but I'm certainly not going to be trying to tint them. Then we've got our body here. It's one of them rare but no one cares cars. Absolutely fantastic. I've not seen one before. If I have, I haven't really noticed it. I've kept it in the wrapper so we don't get any finger marks or any scratches and that on it. We've got some second set of glass parts here, all the lights and that. Fantastic. We've got extra wheels here, so I don't think I'll be using them chrome ones. I'd rather paint my own up, so I'll use them. Yeah, fantastic. The floor pan, the door cards and that. I say I'm going to try a tan interior just to see if it makes a difference in that, see if it makes it a little bit more interesting to paint up and that. We've got 3 seats here, so I wonder, in the GT model, the driver got a bucket seat and the passenger got thrown around in one of these old things and that. I have noticed this big sheet of silver stuff here, silver film or something. I haven't got no idea what this is for. I have read the instructions, but I've not come across that one in it. But fantastic. But we've got the decals, some absolutely minute ones. But I'm starting to get a little bit better with these. Just fingers crossed that they don't start breaking apart and that on us. Fantastic. Right, we'll have a little look at the instructions. My plan for the videos is to do the interior and the floor pan in this one. Come back in part 2. Do the body and all the finishing touches. It's a little bit differently laid out, this instructions, than what I'm used to in that. I did try and download it from Scalemates, but wasn't available. So I might try and photograph it and upload it myself. But it starts off nicely. I've got the paint guide there and that. Like I say, I'm not too sure which way I'm going to go with the body yet. But I am going to try a tan interior, just for something a little bit different and that. But the instructions themselves, when I pulled it out of the box, I thought, oh, that's a pretty chunky book, that. But it's actually split into 2 separate instruction sheets for each model. So we've got the earlier model here, the E70, and the E71 there, the facelifted model. There's probably not that much difference. It's only going to be the headlight covers and stuff like that. So right, grab yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, and let's see this thing come together. Right, I think I'm going to leave this part of the video here. I took it about as far as I can, and I'm off to another flyer. Two absolutely priceless discoveries in this video, which I think is going to help us no end going forward. But we'll have a little look at the car, because there's some bits I'm pleased with, some bits I'm not too happy with. But overall, really pleased with how it's coming out. I've tried to stick to this 1970s theme. I couldn't get it exact because I couldn't find an interior to look at. All I had to go on was this top of this box. I haven't gone for the bucket seat. I've stuck with a traditional two-seater in that because I thought it was going to look a little bit too odd. And I haven't stuck anything down, like this back seat's not stuck down in that. Calls for it a little bit further down the instructions, and I don't want to jump the gun. But fantastic. But we'll start at this end with the dashboard. I tried to pick out a bit more detail. I got a few of the tops of the buttons with the acrylic pen. And I tried to pick the stereo and the heating matrix out. The black's faded a little bit, but it's sort of visible. I did try and put a bit of gloss varnish in with the dials and that. I've seen that online and they said it looks like glass. I haven't quite pulled it off. I might have to put a bit more in, or I might try it on a different model and that. I spent a lot of time on this one. I say I haven't stuck the back seats or anything in because I don't want to push me luck in case it comes back to bite us later. But I spent a lot of time on the bottom of the car trying to pick out all these moulded in parts. And to be honest with you, I think there's too many of these moulded in parts. The exhaust and things like that, I think that could have been separate. It would have been a lot easier to paint up and stick on and that. And I might go back and put these in black because I tried to mask them off and it's made a right little mess. I might try and touch it up with a black pen, or I might just paint them black, I'm not too sure. But the front end's looking fantastic, the subframe and that, and the gearbox, the sump, all little different shades of silver, just to make them stand out a little bit. I got the steering working eventually. Took us a little bit of time to work it out and figure it out, but it's looking good in that. I have put it in its lowered position, and it looks like it's absolutely slammed. You can have it in a traditional or a lowered ride height, and because we're doing the GT, I thought we'll put it down a little bit, but it has gone right down, especially at the back. It is in the right position. I have checked in that because it did look a bit low. Door cards, I've had a go at them. I tried to pick out the latches of the doors and that, and the door bins at the bottom. It's hard to tell how much detail to actually put in these things because you can go well over the top. And I felt myself starting to go a little bit over the top, so I backed myself off and left it how it is and that. But me discoveries, absolutely fantastic. The first one, I jumped the gun a little bit because I hate this stuff, this chrome, absolutely detest it. I know it gives you sandpaper to sand off the contact points and that, but once you stick that on a model, it just looks odd. It looks like a child's toy from the start. Doesn't matter how good the rest of the model is. And it's impossible to paint, it's impossible to glue, it's just a nightmare. And I had seen online people taking it off, and I remembered something to do with the kitchen product, so I got to work. I went through every kitchen product in my house until I found the one that worked. I started with bathroom and kitchen cleaner, and that just made it cleaner and cleaner. I mean, this was gleaming. And then I watched a video, and it said just use traditional household bleach, and that's what I done. I went to Lidl's, I got myself some of this stuff. I thought it was going to take ages, so I set myself a tub up, stuck a lid on it, come back 2 minutes later just to have a little peek, and it was gone. The chrome was absolutely melted off it. Absolute results, not a bit of chrome on there. Absolutely fantastic. I did start by trying to scratch it and that, and I knew that wasn't going to go far. Like the back of the mirror and that, I thought if I kept going with the scratching, I was just going to absolutely ruin it. I couldn't believe it worked. Because you see stuff online and that, and you try it and it doesn't work and that, and you're thinking, are these just making it up? But this one absolutely works. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so thick bleach, chrome parts, and you get them back to normal. I don't even know why they use this stuff, because does anyone ask for it? It's just easier to paint the parts. You can paint them, you can get them the shade that you want and that. My second little discovery was this stuff to remove a little bit of paint before the glue points, because I really struggle with gluing painted parts up. I don't want to keep relying on super glue all the time because it's strong and it will stick parts, but as soon as you move anything or drop something, it just breaks, it shatters straight away, and it does leave little bits of residue. But again, I started just experimenting. I used a bit of airbrush cleaner, that wouldn't get it off. It might have if I left it a bit longer, But then I discovered this in a bit of cotton bud, and it absolutely worked a treat. I don't think I'll use a cotton bud all the time, and I'm going to have to be really careful because there'll be some points where if it runs it'll just destroy a massive amount of paintwork. For these hidden glue points and that, it's absolutely fantastic. So right, in part 2, it's going to be all about the body, getting it painted up and that. I'm going to do the inside, this tan colour. I'm going to try and get as much detail in the windows as I possibly can. I'm not going to start tinting windows or anything like that. I'm not going to get that ambitious, but we'll take this out of the pack and have a proper good look at it, because there's a cracking body. Look at that. Mint. I think in the instructions I've got to take this lip off here, which I'm not looking forward to, but we'll face that in the next video. And fantastic. So if you like the video, hit likes, hit subscribes, do all the YouTubey stuff for us and that. And hopefully I'll see you in part 2 when we see this Corolla come together.